Good evening and welcome to Just Seriously, Voicing Thoughts with me, Kriss Venugopal. Today we have a very special guest, a world record holder in management training and a person who runs Lead College of Management, a person with a difference who has a degree in electronics and communication, an engineer, and from there moved on to become an entrepreneur with avid interest in psychology and a doctorate too. We have Thomas George, who would love to be called Toman by all his students and his dear friends. Tomanji, welcome to the show, Just Seriously Voicing Thoughts with me, Kriss Venugopal.
Thank you so much, Chris.
First of all, 2011 was the time when Lead College of Management started. Before that, there was a time when prompt computers was there. That's after your engineering. And there was an in-between time of turning point which made a difference in people's lives. So let me start with that 30,000 life changing moments in your career, where in B schools and engineering schools, you were training people in how to change their lives. The extensive program and what Turning Point is all about. We'd like to start from that.
Thank you, Chris, for that question. Turning point is something very close to my heart. I started it immediately after lead, after prom computers or in between prom computers, I started. And that was a 6 day program. Now it is a 7 day program. And all the 7 days, it starts from morning 6:30 to night 12:30. So it's almost 18 hours, except some 20 minutes for the lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It goes like that. And it covers a lot of topics. Like on the first day we have conquering inhibitions, group dynamics, team building, creativity, interpersonal relationship, a lot of thought process, thinking, and logical, like that it goes, including goal setting, self analysis. It's a big realization. It's a lot of discussions, debate, activities, analysis, etc., rather than the theory part. So it's a, I don't know how to say. I have done 315 such programs, and that's where I am now.
Right. When you actually go to B schools as well as engineering colleges in those days, have you ever felt colleges in India or maybe Asian colleges, they do lack something which the Western B schools or Western engineering colleges have?
Yes, in fact, how I started Lead College of Management, and just entering into that, because when I was doing Turning Point, I was doing basically for the engineering colleges. And in engineering colleges, when I started doing Turning Point for the MBA batches, I found the teachers coming and doing the talk and talk method. So, like, I felt MBA should be taught in a different manner. And then I got opportunity to train MBA in Cyprus, Lefke University in Europe. There, in various places where I went, I found the MBA education is more application oriented, and in India, it is more theoretical oriented. So there is a lot of difference between these two. Like here, we write exams. There, you do project. There's a lot of difference. So it is practical implication. That's where it is.
No, coming to Lead College, now it's an autonomous college where the exams and the valuation and even the question papers, everything is by the college itself. There is another side to Lead College where the students, they actually, as a part of learning on training, they have specialities or special fields, like they have managed the PR, they manage the guest house, or they manage the whole security, or even a part of the administration. So, how come such a kind of idea where they are actually on an OGT while doing their studies? It's a completely residential college. For those who don't know about Lead College, they top. Like in the amount of admissions, probably the whole of South India, it's the top college and ranked second in Kerala itself now.
See, people love to work. This is a misnomer. Like um, here we have 15, we call it by the name LOT, Lead Operating Teams, and various clubs are available. This 15 LOT, each student can get into one LOT, Lead Operating Team, for 1 year, and the next year we can move to the next LOT.
Okay.
What are the LODs? Like for example, canteen is one LOD. Canteen is run by students. So they decide the menu, they purchase the thing, they decide everything and they manage the show. Even programs are outside, they bill it, they collect the money, everything is managed by them. Another one is, outbound training. The trainings are done for SRM University, SDM. There are so many colleges, Kalasalingam, corporates like Amul, uh, MRF, Apollo Times, many of them come here for the OPT outbound training. Entire process is done by the students, picking them from the station to food, everything is done by students. So like that it goes and they really learn the leadership practically. So different type of people dealing with different type of people and all those things. So
Uh,
yeah, sorry.
when I have to, I mean, talk about Lead College, I have to specifically talk about how the college really feels like. I have been to Lead College during one of the turning point times, as well as I've been there for voice training. So I really have a difference. And for the audience, and thank you for joining Saumya, Semi, Kabir, Fanaki, Professor Manu, Santosh, Beatrice, Mustafa, VH. Then we have Aisha, Shabina, Nainan, Pradeep, Vajid, Leena, Srijesh, Hemant, Vanaja, Vishnudas, and Bhagalakshmi. Thank you very much for joining us. And let me tell you that when you enter the college, you don't actually find a security stopping you, or that also becomes a highlight where there are no locks or no security attached to this college, but it's the freedom which actually teaches them how to be secure. And when you actually move into the college, then you see the students managing the guest house, students managing everything, and as if they are trained to be so. So, uh, what is the experience like? And that you yourself have to understand, and that will be the first college where the principal wants to be called by the name Tomman. That's his pet name, and every student should call Toman by that name. Tomanji, is that right?
True, true. In fact, we do not have a gate, we do not have a lock, security, watchman, warden, etc. Because the
Hmm.
students are grown up and they manage. And once they come inside, we were just talking about the various LODs like canteen, outbound training. Again, admissions, placements, even selection of the faculty, the students sit in the interview board and decide whether to take them or not.
Oh.
And yeah, and they are involved in everything. Maybe as you said, rightly said, the social media, the light, sound, arts and sports, all these things are managed by students. And we have greening LOD, which is we have a lot of animals, including camel, two horses, one donkey, four snakes, which are pets. There is
Hmm.
ferret, four iguanas, we have ostrich, emu, lot of things which students love. So there are how it happens is there are many people who love pets. They get into that. Many people like we have the farm from where most of the vegetables come. We are growing our own cows to have milk. A chicken we buy 1 day old, and then after they grow up, we use it for the canteen. So we are trying to be self-sustained. And though we have workers, these are all managed by the students themselves. So
Hmm.
like, practical knowledge is what is we are trying to give to the students.
That's something which really made a difference, because when I came there, I met the iguana, I met the camel, and met exemplarily different students. Because I've seen in engineering college where I studied, where there won't be, say, many takers, hardly about three or four people who would go for paper presentations outside the college. But other states and other colleges where I have been, I've seen them actively taking part in presenting papers and doing interactions. How actually did you break that barrier which we had in Kerala from 2011 onwards to becoming autonomous today? How did you break the barriers of thoughts of people in Kerala, and how did you actually mold lead to be so?
It's only for the first batch I had the problem because all were telling this is not how it is being done by others. Why are we doing like this? This is not how it should be done. But then proof of pudding is in eating. Once the results started coming, companies, in fact, last year when we had less than 300 students, the number of companies who came in is 343, more than the number of students. Because they are getting, they really have a lot of requirements, and they are looking at people who can be responsible, who can be given work just like that. They do not want to spend another 1 year in training the students who pass out of the college to use to suit their requirement. So this is what they are very keen on. So these activities really make them so. Once they understand why they are doing it, then things are very easy.
Okay, I've seen videos of yours where you say that if you have a good idea, then come to us. We will give you the nurturing ground, or we will take you to the startup to the scaling up. So, how does that work? Because earlier it was like 50% on the management seats and 50% on Calicut University. So, how actually does this whole idea of having a good idea and coming and letting it bloom to be an entrepreneur? Because usually, wherever I've been to the B schools, I've heard them say that I want to join a premium institution, draw a six-figure salary. But lead is for entrepreneurs. It's not for just managers. So we'd like to know about that part of you where you've said that if you have an idea, come on, we are there to make you grow.
Okay, thank you for that question. See, LEAD is LEAD. It's an acronym which says Leadership and Entrepreneurship Academy Dhoni. Dhoni is the place in Palakkad where the college is situated. So my students, their leadership is quite high, like compared to most of the colleges. They really do well as far as you give them any work, they'll assign them any work, they'll get it done. But with respect to entrepreneurship, I did not get the returns. Initially, I told you work for 3, 4 years, make sufficient money, and start business. Once they started earning money, the next question was then why should we? So they didn't want to break their comfort zone. Later on, I told them immediately after the studies, you start business. There also, they found their friends, very comfortable. They are getting good salary. So then why should we? So right now, I'm told, what I'm telling is like Christo, come with an idea. Even if you don't have an idea, come. There are a lot of design workshops, etc., whereby from the scratch, the idea it is built up. We have a pool of chartered accountant, cost accountant, advocate, bank officers, district industry center people, lot of entrepreneurs, etc., who are molding them, hand holding them to materialize their business idea. See, most of the business idea fail. Let's accept it as a truth. Most of the startups fail. Why it fails is because not because the idea is bad, but because they are not able to hold it for some time. If you look at the trees which are planted on the roadside, it is eaten by the cow, the cattle, sometimes the hot sun, the heavy rain, etc. But if it is somehow able to survive for 1 or 2 years, then then nothing matters for it. Just like that, what we wish is the 2 years handhold them and take their business to success or profit, so that once they start tasting that, then they'll continue with that. In fact, some of our students who have successfully come out and they're doing their business. Even the student currently studying, last month, some of them made, along with their studies, a profit of around 80,000, 90,000 rupees per month. So it is possible. It's only a realization. Uh, Earlier, I spoke about the turning point. So everyday class of 18 hours, that is also a realization for the student that they can stretch to that level. People believe or we are programmed that our concentration is only 40 minutes. After that, we cut off. It's a wrong notion. It's a wrong notion. I'm sure most of the people, etc., accept that if we are able to hold the attention, we can continue. So
Right.
in the business to make it a reality, and then you realize that okay, I can do it. It's a confidence building part. So that's what we are trying over the rest.
When it comes to the turning point. There is
Yes.
a point where everyone almost buckles and says that no, I can't do it anymore. Because late in the night at 12:30 they have an assignment, and morning 6 o'clock they have to finish the assignment, where that's the time they believe that they are going to sleep. So what does happen to the people inside turning point who completely transform to new people who believe that yes, I can do anything under the sun? What actually happens to them? Is it the psychology part or the B school part which really helps?
It is more of a psychological part. They have blocked, there's a topic called conquering inhibitions. That is basically a lot of blocks in us, how it is formed, how can we break it, etc. And Chris, immediately after turning point, after that is followed up by outbound training. So they go up the mountain, come walk down on a road, climb up 3 point, and then river crossing, Jumering, walk on the fire, walk on the glass pieces, eat fire, you burn cotton. There are a lot of activities which are done, which they think otherwise that they can't do. They say, "Oh no, I can't." There are a lot of blocks. So what happens is when some of the blocks are removed, then they realize that the other blocks are also set by me only. So it's more of a realization. Like I've seen so many people really fearing the snakes which we have outside my room. They say, "Oh, you, I don't want even look at it. I don't even want to look at it." But slowly, once they touch it, start touching it, then nobody can.
Mhm.
Then they say, "Oh, how nice it is! It's so nice." So what it is, the
Right.
perception changes. The perception. I always say, when you change your belief, you change what you do. So most of the belief they had is, I can't do that. So from that, I can't, moving to I can, itself is a great realization.
That point, let me take you to the Guinness part, where 72 hours of business education. It's almost a feat which rarely anyone can achieve, and you've proven that yes, it is achievable. So, what is that message through your 72-hour training program, which is now launched in the Guinness Book of World Records? We'd like to know about that record and the intention which you had, Dr. Thomas, or Thamman, as I would call you. I will.
Thank you, Chris. How it happened is one of my friends wanted to do best of India records here
Mhm.
on drum. So while he was doing it, some of my students came to me and told, "Why don't we also go for a record?" So I said, "Think about it." And finally, it came to me. They said, "You do trainings." And I did 63 hours of training and I got best of India record. When I say 63 hours of training, as far as best of India record is concerned, for every minute, every hour, you get 10 minutes break. So in 24 hours, you get 4 hours break. So 20 minutes breakfast, 20 minutes lunch, 20 minutes dinner, and 3 hours of sleep. Comfortably, I did it. So once we achieve something, there's a word called achievement motivation in management. You have a fire inside you to do the next. So everybody said, "Oh, now that you have done this, go to the next." So best of Asia. And then I said, "Why go for the best itself?" When I applied for best of, no, sorry, Guinness record.
Right.
And let me tell you the process. I applied. After 3 months, I got rejection. Then I
Oh,
corrected everything and submitted again. They accepted it. Then they asked me to submit the what do you call the course content, the course file. I submitted it. They rejected it after 3 months. They take a lot of time, and then I corrected it and put it back, and they accepted. So next question was how many hours. And I said, 63 hours I did. I'll do 100 hours, 101 hour I applied. Then only
okay.
I came to know that in West of India records, for every hour you get 10 minutes break.
Mhm.
Guinness record, for every hour you get only 5 minutes break. So what I did is morning 6 o'clock I started till evening 6 o'clock, 12 hours, and then I took 1 hour break, six to
Okay.
seven. 7 to morning 7, 7 to 8 is break. 8 to 8 class, 8 to 9 is break. This is how I went. And the problem is this 1 hour is the time when you can eat something, go to the urinal, go to the toilet, brush, take bath, change your dress, shave, sleep, everything together is only this 1 hour in every 12 hours. That was slightly tough. But then I did it first and I did not upload that. There are a lot of formalities, but because somewhere I left, I did a mistake. Though people told me, Thomas, upload it, they are not going to find out. I said, I don't know if they will find out, but I know that I've committed mistake.
True,
And then
true.
I read it again, the entire process, and I got the best of India records. And somebody asked me, how did you know that you could do it? And I narrated it with a simple incident. Once I was training a school, and a kid came out seventh standard. So she came and told the class is awesome, fantastic. I felt so happy.
Hmm.
She said, I'm going to become a trainer. So I asked her, why do you think you can become a trainer? And she told me, if you can become a trainer, I too can become a trainer. So it's so simple. If anyone in this world can do, I can also do it. And the second question was, which is your next record you're going to break? I said, no, let me try helping others to break records. That's good. Thank God. Today I'm able to, I could help around 23 people to get their best of India record and 9 people I could help to get their Guinness record.
Wow,
So
wonderful.
even the perception of Guinness record is something, it is not meant for normal people. Until I did it, I came to know, like that was, now when I did it, I found, I can do it. Now then I started making others also to do it. Very simple.
Right.
So it's, again, I said it's only a realization that I can. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, the Guinness record and the turning point, the lead college of management, I do understand there is all a mission of a blend of the communications engineer, the psychology doctorate holder, all that. But as a person, I found that there is so much of love and dedication towards the posterity or the next generation, what you have, and you are trying to help them or guide them towards business, towards records, towards everything success. Now, what next is a thought. That is when I attended. That's how we met in person also, though I have read about you. I've seen your videos and all that. That was a very long program every night, 1 hour sessions, which seemed so impossible, but went on to do like 200, 300, 500, and it just went on and on. The mastermind program. We'd like to know about that.
Mastermind, okay, like when the COVID happened, COVID came, everything was standstill and I was free. So I did a program called 21 Days Countdown to Success. So it's a 21 days program. In fact, it is there still in the YouTube. It's in a channel called Tommen's Point. Inside that, 21 days countdown to success is there. It's based on a book written by written by Kriss J. Kriss is a foreign
No,
author.
it's not me anyway.
So that is a powerful book which I had undergone a couple of times and I found a lot. So I did that because I was free, and many people started viewing that and then found a lot of changes in their life. It was transforming. And so after the 21 days, in fact, all were sitting home. So we wanted some positive things to happen. Then so we started a commune. So night we just sat together and then started talking on various things. Let me tell you, I just started. The rest all it happened. Like Chris, like so many people came in, they shared somewhere storytelling, somewhere singing, somewhere experience travelogue, somewhere on DNA, like we had aqua culture, aquaponics, lot of high precision farming, lot of topics we had. Some of the days we used to debate, discuss, and one outcome was, I think, to my knowledge, at least 5, 6 people wrote books after that. It was a positive commune. Every night, 9:30, 9 o'clock, we all used to sit. And then, most of them, we did not know each other. And then we met two times physically, but then we are very, very close friends after that. But then when after COVID, when everything came back to normal, slightly it went down, and then we gave a mercy killing flute. That's how it is.
That itself was a big eye opener where anything is possible under the sun. You just start believing that nothing is impossible, and you start believing that, yes, I am possible. Both happens within you, like be it Turning Point, be it the way Lead College is happening, or be it the Guinness record where you promote others to get to the Guinness records, and you actually show the path to people, and it really makes a difference. Now, what next can we expect from Lead, like after being an autonomous college? Now, what next? Because still we are kind of on the book rather than on the field. That's the kind of training what we are getting, because an engineer who probably studies in colleges in different parts of the world might not be exposed to what the industry is saying. But with Lead, I'm sure that they know what is going to happen in future, and they know what is in store for them. So, what is the next thing what Lead is going to come up with?
The next part is to become a university. The reason being, in fact, today Kerala government has announced private universities are coming up. We are fully on that. We are setting up other colleges also now. After Lead College, we started Kochi Business School, and then that is in Kochi. After that, PIMS, People Institute of Management Studies, in an MBA college in Kasaragod. Right now, we have tied up with Mount Zion Engineering College in Bangalore, and then five colleges came together pooling to form a cluster. So we are in the process of it because for two reasons. One, even now, only 20% of the syllabus of what university gives can be changed. The rest we'll have to go by the university syllabus. The studying of the subject, a lot of constraints are there. Once, second is the exam. As we know, in Bloom's taxonomy, only the lowest one, the remember is the only thing which is tested in exams. So from there, like as I said earlier, practically, if it is on CSR or environment, send them to the field, get they study something and bring out and some creation, the topmost. If that is done, that is all what is required. So this what my wish is. I do not know how when it will become practical, but in the long run, I'm sure it is going to happen. That's my wish.
Before I open the floor to the audience to interact with you, I really wish that Lead University, though it is actually leadership and entrepreneurship and Dhoni, it actually takes the lead for other universities being a lead university, because then probably we can look at each field of study, probably another college handling a different subject under the university, lead university, being a private university. Yes, that also is possible. So I look forward to those days when there is a lead university, and I wish you all the best. And I open the floor for the audience to interact with you when they have questions or they want to interact. They can, all they need to do is just raise their virtual hand so that we can bring them upstage and they can interact with you. Thank you very much, Nainin. Thank you, Venkata Subramaniam. Thank you, Kanimuri, Manigandan, Tangam. Uh, we have Arun, Shuri, Alina Matthew, and Vanaja Subodh who have joined us. Thank you very much. Hemant, also, thank you very much. So, but if you have a question, if you want to interact with Thomas, Dr. Thomas George, or Ardia Thoman, yes, you can raise your hand and we can bring you upstage. Thoman, another part. I had asked this question earlier, but a little clarity. Why do you feel that uh, when the whole of, say, the educational institutions believe that a principal should be treated as sir, as if they have been they have been granted a knighthood, where you say, "You call me by my pet name." That's I'm comfortable with that. What's the psychology behind that?
See, today if you look at students, and I'll put it open, they do not listen or obey to their parents. They do not listen or obey to the teachers. They don't want to. But
Right.
then they are, they listen always to their friends. Whatever they say is divine. So if what I say has to be listened by the student, then the best way is to become their friend. That's number one. Number
Mhm.
two, the gap between the student and the teacher, and in fact, anywhere outside, there you even a school student, a kid, call the teacher Mrs. Mary. That's all. No teacher.
Right.
No madam. That's all what is done. And every time I get this question, like, don't you like there is something called as respect, and I do not know how when you use that word sir, all of a sudden the respect comes. See, when we refer even to the God, we call Krishna, Rama, or Jesus, or Allah. We don't say Allah, sir. We don't
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
true.
We call by their name only Krishna. That's
Very
all.
true. Very true.
I don't think I need to be respected than God.
That's a real nice one. Thank you very much, Toman. We have Soumya Santosh. She's the academic head for PKD School in Polachi. So, Soumya, welcome. You can interact with Toman himself.
Hi, Dr. Thomas. Hi, Dr. Kriss Venugopal. So, Dr. Thomas, you have actually I've become so intensely inquisitive, and I would be very I want to join your Turning Point program. So next time, if you open up, I'm in. So. Uh, Even I have a plan in future, like even I have a plan to start a small school. So I think it would be good for me to join your turning point, sorry. So,
Yeah.
and it was so insightful, whatever you have told, and especially both of you are so passionate teachers. Like your interaction was so inspiring, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you so much. And please, whoever is in this side of the country, please drop in. It is just 10 minutes from the railway station. If you're coming, I think this will put my telephone number, the WhatsApp number, and I can pick you from the station. Prepare to be staying here for a day. We have the guest rooms, and it's a nice option. I mean, like, it's good to be here. Number one. Number two, turning point. Yes, you're welcome. It should be happening mostly on 17th of this month for another college. We have a couple of other colleges that are doing that. We can chat on WhatsApp and then proceed. Thank you so much. Yes, and
Thank you very much, Soumya. And Toman, we'd like to know again that what's the periodicity? Like, how often does Turning Point happen, and where can they get information about Turning Point from time to time so that they can join the program?
turning point happens basically for our earlier I used to go to other colleges and do. Right now I'm doing it for our own students. So since I have associated and taken up some other colleges, as I said, remote colleges, those students also will come here because we have the accommodation, food, all the facility here, residential facilities for the turning point. So usually in the month of May, June, July, we'll have 3, 4 turning points. After that, some more for the pending the other colleges, etc. So it's not a regular every month we have it. We can also think of it if there are substitutes.
Right, right.
Usually a
Uh,
turning point.
so we have to watch out for leads, Insta, and the social media pages for the next Turning Point, or is there a separate ID or
I will
separate handle for that?
I'll put in the like the college ID, the Instagram
Okay.
will put.
Oh,
The
okay.
next one is next. If you can WhatsApp me, I'll connect you to my secretary, and then whenever the turning point happens, we'll inform you personally.
Yes, yes, I'll do that. I'll do that. Now we have Nine P. Chandi. Please, the floor is open. You can interact with Toman himself.
Good evening, Tamanji, and good evening, Krish.
Good evening.
Nice hearing these good words from you, good ideas. Thank you for the wonderful evening. Tamanji, I just want to ask you one question. You spoke about students manning things at the lead college and all. Are the parents accepting that, or is there any resistance to that kind of, the mentality is that my child should not undergo any physical work or something like that parents feel. Do you face any such resistance from the parents, or is it all they're happy about it?
See, like lead has not given a single advertisement except in social media, in either a newspaper, TV, channel, hoarding, poster. Even a big notice has not been printed by lead. All the students are referred. So once they come in, they get a reference either from students here, maybe alumnus here, or maybe where they are working and they see the student in it. So there is a reason why they come here. They don't like this like seeing an advertisement you come. So that's one. Second is today, this is something very important. The decision maker is the student, not the parent. The parent takes the student to the best college and the student say, I don't want it, please, I don't want it. 95% plus people, the student take the decision. The student says, I want to be here, then that's it. So
Oh,
it's
wonderful,
easy.
wonderful. I am now in Karunya in Coimbatore doing my PhD at 58. So I found a lot of students pampered by their parents. That's why I asked this question.
Yeah, very
Okay.
recently. Yeah. And I'll just add on to that. Very recently, our students went for a tour, and the last time they were supposed to fly from Delhi to Chennai when the flood came. So then everything was rerouted, going to Bangalore. I mean, and then some coming by train, etc. So I said, you do it. And one parent called and said, "You are what is the college doing?" I said, "I'm not doing anything. They are coming back. What is the arrangements done?" I said, "Nothing." What MBA college? I said, "Because it is an MBA college, they need to learn what crisis is." That's all the crisis has come. Now, very safely they will come. There is an issue we will take care of. So this is something undigestible, but they all managed and came. They did not do anything. Somebody fought at the airport. They got a stay in the Star Hotel there. Next day they came by flight. Somebody got business class. That is all for them to manage. Let them manage and come. That's it. Why should we spoil them with our information? That's it. Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. I would love to drop in one day at your college. I'll do that.
You're, you're welcome.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
Very
very
Thank
much,
you.
welcome.
Nainan. And probably, Toman, we should have a new MBA on crisis management.
No, every day it is some problem. When the students passed out say, if there is no crisis, we create some crisis and then solve it. We love to handle crisis.
Right. Thank you very much, Nainan. And we have
Thank
Dr.
you.
Santosh
Thank you.
Rajgopal from the World Health Organization. Dr. Santosh, welcome, and you can talk to Toman. Dr. Santosh, can you hear me? I think there is a glitch. Are you able to hear me? Or yeah, I think we'll just have to switch, and we'll come back probably. If you can, to solve the glitch, you can just exit and come back again and join again, so that we can again bring you back to the stage and get a chance to interact with Toman himself. Now I welcome Beatrice James from the US. Yes, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Dr. Chris, and hello, Dr. Thomas. Thank you. I think you're you have amazing training model, and, and all of the things you explained really great for students. So You mentioned change beliefs and the training that you do to train to get from I can't till I will. So the walk on fire probably is a bit for the U.S. they couldn't handle, but are there other things that you had in mind or you do to change belief?
differently.
Yeah, thank you, Janice. I really thank the audience who are here, and thank you very much for joining in, Lena, Tangam, Manigantan. We have Varsha. So if you have a question, you can raise your hand, and I'll bring you upstage and interact with Toman. Toman, when it comes to the practical aspects of presentations and the skills of presentations, do you really feel that we need to upscale ourselves from the PowerPoint presentations to actual presentations in person, or do you believe that people have still they need the slides to read from?
Chris, very recently, Microsoft did a study and they found the retention, two things. One is the attention and the retention. Both were less than 15% for the PowerPoint presentation. So
Right.
then they looked at, for Bollywood movies, how the attention and retention is more than 50-60%. So
Oh.
they found that then they copied whatever is the best in that, like like the story, the connection, the connectivity, how it is. So that storytelling like part have been adopted, and they give much better deliverables than the PowerPoint. PowerPoint in today's world, it is the attention is very bigger and it will go zero very soon. The retention also.
Yeah, I really think that people should rethink about it. And we have Dr. Santosh Rajgopal from the World Health Organization. Welcome to the show, Just Seriously, Voicing Thoughts with me, Kriss Venugopal, and you can interact with Toman himself.
Yeah, good evening, Thomanji. Hope I'm audible. I have a connection problem where I'm sitting.
Okay.
So I'm sorry if the question I've raised already has been answered, but I've seen a full video about your institution some time back. I don't know whether it was in YouTube or on TV, and I was quite impressed by it. So my
Thank
question is
you.
regarding entrepreneurship. So
Yes, sir.
as you say, you are training your students to be not just graduates but also entrepreneurs. So what do you think are the impediments to being an entrepreneur in Kerala or in India at this point of time, especially when it comes to investment and all that? Do you think the ecosystem is fine? It is okay, and it is only the lack of initiative from the students and the youngsters side, or do you think there are major issues that needs to be addressed? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh. In fact, very recently we had one national entrepreneurship conclave. It was in two phases, 3 days each. And the second time, we had almost 15 angel investors listening to the ideas. 15, including Chennai angels and Malabar. See, Bombay also people came. People are interested in investing money. The government Kerala Startup Mission like that, many are interested in investing money once the ideas are good. These programs we conduct to fine tune their ideas to suit what is possible and feasible. So money is not at all an issue. You can know, like Mudra loan and all. Even Modi's government is giving just like that without any collateral security. So money is never more again constrained to start a business. Without anything, you can just start a business. It is possible to do. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Okay. My question is answered. Okay. I'll come back if there's no other further question.
Sure.
Yes, Tomanji, thank you very much, Santoshi, for joining us. And moving on to another aspect of education these days, do you think that the new age, like online attention span or online education, when compared to your fully residential lead results? Is there a difference? Because I do feel that the kind of bond I saw at lead, because I saw everyone having a celebration, a tug of war late in the night, and everyone working together, and every aspect of the LOTs, what you had explained, working hand in hand, and it was beyond belief. So, do you believe that the COVID online system, it actually affected the education system, or is there something better to it also?
See, you have to, I mean, like, it's simple, I'll tell you. The only difference between online or what had happened is the so boring lectures which they were boring at the classrooms, they came to the house and bored you in the bedroom. The same content the teacher was lecturing, the same thing was delivered on. There's nothing creative in that. Most of it are just what if you're talking somewhere else. The same classes it went on here. But then maybe all of a sudden it came, it had to be done. But right now, as told earlier, the attention, retention, and all to get how it should be done, how it should be varied and all. There are a lot of researches happening, and we need to be very creative in it because today we say the attention span is very less. The students today get bored very easily. They always use the term of getting bored, very, very. So how to change their attention and then go for new things is the question.
Right, right, right. Yes, so that is an eye opener for every teacher to innovate how the teaching has to be in future. And at the same time, it's a pleasure to invite Fanaiki Andrea. She's an avid coach from Madagascar. Yes, the floor is open to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kriss, and thank you so much, Dr. Thomas, for this inspiring talk. And actually, I would say that your system is just ideal educational system because people get self-discipline. They don't need someone to just look at them. They can do everything by themselves. That's really a superpower. And I wish I could just study in your college. I wish. And do you think that we can implement that system everywhere around the world as you are holding a Guinness World Record? So do you think, and if we can do that, what may be the challenges and how can we overcome the challenges that may come if we want to implement that system all around the world? Because I think everyone needs.
Can you repeat that single part? Like the question at that time
All right.
there was a
So, yes. My question was, do you think that we can implement your system, your educational system around the world? And if yes, what are the challenges that may appear, that may happen? And so can we overcome that in case? That was my question because it's the ideal system, I think, for students, for parents, for everyone.
The question is, how do you assist the students in education? Chris?
Yeah, to make it very clear, I think Fanaiki is asking about the LOTs and the implementation of the LOT, how the students manage the whole college. If this can be implemented around the world, you being a Guinness World Record holder, if can it be implemented in other places as well, and what are the challenges if they are to be implemented? What are the challenges you face in implementing?
It is absolutely easy. It is absolutely easy and effective. All what you need to do is we have to let the student choose the area of interest. If somebody is interested in sports and arts, let him go to the sports and arts LOD. Somebody is interested in hospitality, then there is the hospitality there. Somebody is interested in becoming a trainer, let him join the training LOD. So like that, instead of we forcing somebody, let them choose according to their passion. That's number one. Number two, each person is different even when they work. So in say in OBT, outbound training, some people take care of the equipment, some maybe physically doing it. So according, like, we will have to divide the entire team, their functioning. leave the decision to them, and it happens. The only thing which we need to do is, keep accountability. For every LOT, there is a faculty, and he or she has to report as what each student have done, and by doing that, what is the leadership, and then what are the outcomes which came or which develop that student. So this question, if you keep on asking, even in the school, you did an activity, you grew a plant and it grew up, and whatever you did, because of that, which all, like we talk about levels. So which all levels, all those things, like we have to, outcome based, we'll have to go through.
Tamanji, is it not the outcome-based activities also assessed by the students there at Lead?
Yes. Basically, we define the outcome and we try to do that. Deviations correct, and it's a process. It's a process that an output
Right,
results. Process.
right. Now, thank you, Fanaki, for the question. And we have Mustafa Amin, who is the co-founder of Mr. FE, and he's a student too. Welcome, Amin, to the show, Just Seriously, Voicing Thoughts with me, Kriss Venugopal.
Thank you, Chris. Bye. Yeah, Thomas, I have a question. I used to watch your videos through YouTube and Instagram. I have a question. Did you find it irritative sometimes your students become over friendly with you? Is there any situation that you faced like that?
No, not like that. See, now today I'm in a session. In fact, when I came to my room, all of them were there. I have a keyboard. There's a deck of cards here. They play. I also sit. But when there is something official, they don't do that. And there's a reclining chair. They sleep here sometimes the whole night. So it's okay. And one more thing I'll tell you, it's not only with me. When I go home, many of them come with me to my home. My mother is aged 82. The first batches, once they come, before they come to the college, they go to see my mother and say, talk to them, and then there's a lot of love, there's a lot of warmth which is happening. So it's more of a relationship, I would say. And they know where it has to be matured. Like some of the parents who say, you need to be very strict. Then I ask, how long can you be strict? They should start taking a decision what is right or wrong. So that's what we try to. We will have to, after all, students are students. So they are bound to do some mistakes. They should be naughty, otherwise how boring it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got the answer from Toman himself. And
Yes.
Toman, I actually want to move on to. Thank you very much, Amin. I want to move on to that one question, which it always like made me happy when I asked you before. We had an interaction before, so I want to know your mother's contribution to Lead, because I do understand there is a huge contribution from her side for what Lead is today.
Yeah, in fact, as I told, she's aged 82, and whenever I say anything, she tried to support me. And then when I wanted to start the college, I asked her, can you give 1 acre of land? Because this is in the name, it's a prompt charitable trust. It's a charitable trust and it's a charity, and you can't get back anything. Can you donate 1 acre of land? And she readily gave me that. And second was when the construction had to happen, uh, we need to take bank loan. So it was almost 1.25 crores that we took first. So at that time, I asked Mother Amma, can you place the house where we are all staying? There are 4 children. We have 4 children, but she said, "Are you confident that it will come up?" I said, "Yes." Then she told, like, let us support, and then she placed the whole land, including the house where we stayed, and gave me money initially. And then initial days, that just lot. It means a lot. Even now, it means a lot. Thank you.
Really thank your mother. We really want to send our love to her through this show, just seriously.
I'll pass
And
on.
Toman, before we move on to conclude this show, because we are about 6 minutes away from the ending of the show, I want to really thank every listener who has joined in. And at the same time, if they have a question, they can raise their hands. We have a last few minutes left. And Toman, your last words about business education. Is it entrepreneurship, leadership, or just a degree for a six-figure salary?
Um, See, we have six batches totally. So now one batch I'm increasing on entrepreneurship, which means to say down the line 5 years, I like why people come to lead is very simple. So what my plans are like this: in 5 years down the line, no student should be placed from here. Everybody should be an entrepreneur. It's like I say very proudly, oh, that person who is working in that company, the top of the company, is my alumni. I can say the honor of the company is mine. So that is the part which I'm looking at. I'm trying to move from E school, business school to E school, which is
Okay.
entrepreneurship school.
Beautiful, beautiful thought. And how far do you think the Indian parents would look forward to it?
Oh, that's a big question. Parents do not want to take risk at all. They say like, why take risk? It is, but then see, once they start getting it and they feel initial days of business is very, very, very tough. But after that, life is so beautiful. Unfortunately, I always say, in most of the movies which we have seen during our younger days, early days, we see all the honors, the big businessman are all the wrong person.
Yeah.
They would like beat, like shoot people, rape people. So all like the personification was all wrong, which was given to the businessmen, and the employees were glorified like. So that stigma is still there in mindset of so many people. So, yeah.
Toman, your last words before we open up the stage for everyone to share how they felt about the show. Your last words about Just Seriously and your journey, both.
Before that, Kabir sir is raised his hands for the question. And now this is the first time I'm doing a chat on LinkedIn, and it's I was I like I don't know, the words are not coming. Like I was confused. I didn't know how to etc. Especially when there are people from other countries. Thank you, Beatrice, and then Anaki and all. To listen to this, I don't know whether they could recognize my phonetics or my accent, but then I'm so happy, excited to speak to so many people across the world. I'm sure most of you are listening to me for the first time. Thank you so much. It was a great experience. And thank you, Chris, for the opportunity and all your wishes. All your wishes. You said
Thank you
like
very
in
much.
university. I'm really wishing that.
I
Yeah.
look forward to the journey from prompt computers to Lead University. A step before that, we are just on the
Yes.
anvil of seeing Lead University coming up. And I really wish I could bring Kabir because I am not seeing him in the listeners list. Yeah, I open up for anyone who would like to share their thoughts about this show. We have 2 minutes amongst those who are on the stage. Amin, Beatrice, Vinaiki, Nainin, or Soumya. Would you like to share your thoughts before we part for the evening?
I would just like to say thank you, Dr. Thomas, and it's a an amazing training model, and wish you all well, all the best. So thank you very much for bringing me to the stage.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Beatrice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Thank you, Chris, for this wonderful evening. Uh, I would, I'm impressed by the leadership at Lead, and maybe I'll refer some students to you later. And I will also
Sure.
introduce the system to the colleges where I am also conducting some classes. Would you mind that, Dr. George?
I love talking to people. I love any transformation. I love to do that. Wish you all the very best. Let me call you Dr. Naina Nandali.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let your words become true. Thank you. I just started my journey.
Chris, Kabir
Yes,
is a very good man.
yes, sir. we have Kabir. Yeah, the stage is all yours because the person behind Chuma Work, the person behind the upscaling of many businesses, an entrepreneur who really believes that entrepreneurship should flourish because his son is too, at a very early age, is an entrepreneur. Kabir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Chris. I think there was a lot of glitch. I wanted to, but the main question which I wanted to ask you, I think you asked it. Like, will the parents be ready for this? Will the parents be ready to take let their children to be an entrepreneur? But I would like to thank Dr. Thomas for taking this initiative, for supporting entrepreneurs, and especially this is like I would define it like a but like I don't know, not getting the words right words. Uh, it is like something new to our state, especially because this is what is needed. Because in one era, like I went to engineering college with a lot of hopes and a lot of dreams, but the everywhere you had no, you can't do it, or it would be the influence of the society, or it would be as you told in movies whatever we are seeing. But this let this become an inspiration for the parents, and let this help more entrepreneurs to come in. So I think you answered that, but thanks, Thomas.
Thank you, Kabirji. In fact, I'm coming to UAE on 24th or 25th of this month. Again, UAE and Qatar on March last 29, 30, 31st, those days. Anybody wants to meet.
Yeah, surely we'll meet up from you.
So thank you very much, Toman. It was a great evening I could spend with you. Just seriously voicing thoughts with me every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. IST and 8 p.m. UAE time. Do join us, and we would like to hear from you more. And Toman, all the best for all the future endeavors. And I look forward to coming to lead again and again and again. Thank you very much.
Thank you and welcome back. Welcome to Lead Again. And thank you so much for the opportunity. Chris, if you can put my phone number, I don't know where to put it. If somebody wants to.
We'll share along with your the whole recording of the show would be post for those who have missed it. So would post it along with the number so that everyone can reach you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all the participation, Chris, for coordinating, and Kabir for all the voice tests and everything which you spent time yesterday itself. Yes, Eddie also. Thank you all. Good night. God bless you all.
Thank you very much and good night and take care. Thank you very much again.
Good night. Good night.